Hello YouTubers, it's Championdjk coming at you yet again with another weekly video, and as usual I've got some stuff to show you. Alright, so it was last Saturday was our monthly meet, so I did pick up some stuff there. I didn't pick up a whole lot of stuff, and then I got a couple of things in the mail. So I got a nice little lot of things to show you. Alright, so starting with mail, I finally got this. I ordered it such a long time ago. The shipping from wherever it came from in Japan, for some reason, took way longer than usual, but I do finally have it. It is the Tomica Lamborghini Diablo SV from Tomica Premium series. I have not even opened up the cellophane yet on the box. I can't wait to actually finally get one of these in my hands. I'm really stoked that they put this out. I really hope that they put one out in Tomica Limited Vintage. That would be amazing. I would, yeah, I'd go nuts. I really hope they do that, because they did release the Ferrari Testarossa in Tomica Premium before we saw a Ferrari Testarossa now that's coming out in Tomica Limited Vintage. So I think there's hope, but we'll see what happens. It would be really cool to see this. It would be cool to see a Diablo, and it would be cool to see a Countach. I would just, man, that would be amazing. So another Tomica find was this. This is a Tomica Limited Vintage, and I am very happy to finally add this to my collection. I'm kind of making, I guess, a run at all the Tomica Limited Vintage Fairlady Zs, namely the 260Z and the 280Z. So the 260Z is a 2x2, and the 280Z comes in a few variations. But anyway, so this is one. Travis, Heavy Metal 164, actually kind of like nudged me to grab this off of eBay. And I was like, yeah, that's a really good price for that. And right now, there's actually one up there for, I think, even less than I paid for this one, which it's really cool. This is definitely kind of like a grail piece for me. I'm really glad to have it. Obviously, I'm going to take it out of the box. I'm going to really show you how beautiful it is in the second segment of the video, which I have taken this out already and looked at it. And it's an amazing little car. It's just an amazing diecast car, and going to be one of the instant favorites in my collection for sure. So those two pieces I'm really excited about. Then the stuff that I got at the monthly meet. I checked another Johnny Lightning van off of the collection. This is the Ford Econoline. I forget what year this van is, but it's pretty cool. This is from like a James Bond series, but it's one I did not have. I'll show it to you close up, of course, in the second half of the video. So we'll take a look at that, but really, really cool. I was able to trade for it at the meet. My buddy Joe Danke, so appreciate it, buddy. I got the 3 newest Zamacs. My buddy Jeremy Bolter gave these to me, so including the RX-7, the Volkswagen Squareback, and the Mountain Mauler. I don't really care too much about the Mountain Mauler, but it's cool to get these 3 Zamacs. He basically just gave them to me, and the reason why he did, well, because we're buddies, but he also gave them to me because these are on completely trash cards. He said literally when he opened up this box, I think it was a K case, yeah, that it was wet inside the box, like it was wet, like water damage, and all of these cards are just not in good shape. So he hooked me up with a set of those. So I'm gonna go ahead and open those in the second half of the video, and we'll take a close look at them. I also was able to pick up this Nissan Skyline RS Zamac, which this one I did not have yet. So I snagged this at the meet. I think I just traded some other car I had for it from, I think it was Elijah, maybe. I think it was you, buddy. I might have traded you for this. I don't really recall, but I think that's what it was. And then I picked up a few things. One of the things was this. My buddy Todd just had this sitting on his table for, I think, $5 or whatever, so I had to grab it. It's from Licensed Premium Release 2 from Auto World. Yeah, I already have it. Of course I do, but whatever. I didn't want to leave it behind, and I'm going to add it to the horde of Auto World, so I'm not going to open that one up. I picked up this Honda Civic Si, I think from Dan Pater at the meet. It's got a broken out corner here in this packaging. but you guys know I don't care. I'm going to open up. This is actually a Greenlight tooling I did not have, was this Honda Civic. So I'm glad to add that and check that off the list. So yeah, we'll open that one up too in the next segment. I picked up these two Pontiac GTOs, and to be honest, I don't know if I have them or not. So I'm not going to open them up just yet. These might end up in a 10 Car Tuesday. These are from 2008 mainline. Both 65 GTOs, both the same sort of Tampo scheme, just different colors, one in champagne and one in orange. They both look very nice, and eventually I'll open those up. Let's see here. Got a couple of Johnny Lightning. Got a 1951 Hudson Hornet, which, yeah, we'll open this up in the second half of the video. I feel like opening some cars today. I don't want to make them all go to 10 Car Tuesdays in the future, because I've got a lot of 10 Car Tuesdays that are already ready to go. So this is a Hudson Hornet. It's on a like one of those small car Johnny Lightnings. It looks like it's got a plastic base, but we'll take a closer look at it in the second half. And then, let's see here. Matchbox. Shelby Cobra. This looks like a Zamac, so we are going to open this up. This is a 65 Shelby Cobra 427 SC from Matchbox Sports Cars, copyright date 2009. We're going to open that up because it looks like it's not painted. So we'll open that up with our Zamac Hot Wheels and just check it out and see if it's actually painted or not. And then I got two more cars, well, three more. One is this Muscle Machines Jesse James West Coast Choppers Chevy wagon. I thought this thing just looked really cool, and I hemmed and hawed about picking it up, even though I got it super cheap. The only reason why I thought of not picking it up, because I'm not really a fan of like the West Coast Chopper logo being on the roof of the car, but it is a really cool looking wagon, and I think it's one of those where the suspension actually drops and raises, not quite like the lowrider cars that I've been featuring in 10 Car Tuesdays, which, by the way, those are done. I've shown you all of them. But it's got some sort of mechanism in it. I had another vehicle. I think I got I think it's a van. Well, I know it's a van. I don't remember. It's actually right over here. Hang on. This guy right here. This is a Ford, right? Ford Econoline. Or is this a Dodge? I always mix up these two. It's a Ford Econoline van. So I think that's in the same series, and the suspension snaps up and then goes down. Pretty neat. So anyway, and the side door opens on this one too. We won't look at this close up in the second segment. I've shown it in a previous video, but we will take a look at this Chevy wagon. All right, and then we've got the 87 Buick Grand National. Very cool casting in Guns N' Roses livery. I got this from my buddy Justin at the meet. Thanks for giving me a good deal on it. I do appreciate it. I think we were actually, did we trade something for it? I don't remember. But really cool Johnny Lightning. Glad to have it. This casting has been released in both Johnny Lightning and Racing Champions lineups in the past. So it'll be interesting to check this one out. So I'm kind of excited for that. Oh, you get a bonus Prime sticker. So you get a Guns N' Roses sticker. Pretty cool, man. All right, so there's that. And then lastly, I got this 1969 Dodge Daytona. Right there. Ertl Vintage American Muscle. Well, I already have this one, but it was $5. I had to pick it up. This is such an amazing casting. It really is. I've shown them previously. I've got a collection of 5 variations of it. One of them is already this one, so I'm not going to open this up. The box is in pretty decent shape. I don't know. I think eventually I'm just going to end up trading it. I think it's been opened before. It's not like there's no sticker on it holding together, so I think this has been opened before. Anyway, I'm not going to... I probably won't end up hanging on to it. I'll probably end up trading it to either Heavy Metal 164 probably, or possibly, who knows, Martin. Maybe you might be interested in it. Someone might be interested in it. So it's a pretty cool piece, actually. And for the price I got it, it was an absolute steal. All right, so that's that. Let's go ahead and flip the camera around. We're going to check out actually quite a few vehicles and some really cool ones, especially that Tomica Limited Vintage. So stick around. Okay, so let's start by taking a look at this Tomica Limited Vintage Neo Nissan 260Z 2x2. This is a really cool piece. Really neat stuff. So, comes in this untraditional Tomica Limited Vintage packaging, which sometimes they do package cars in this larger package. It's got apparently a lot of information there. This is actually this is a car, I guess, that was featured in a television series in Japan. I don't really know anything about it, but I'm sure there's maybe somebody that watches my videos that will chime in the comments. So I always like going back and reading the comments and seeing the information that's added to the videos that I didn't unfortunately look up. So I'm going to try to open this without damaging the package here. Too bad. Even though after it comes out of this package for this final time, it's going to stay out of the package for quite some time. So it's got this little insert piece here where the box for it is stored, which I'll pull it out, but it's just going to end up going right back. But here's the box. So if you want to pull it out and just store it like a traditional Tomica Limited Vintage, you can definitely do that. Of course, I'm not going to. I'm going to put it in a carny case or in one of my NASCAR cases. And we're going to go ahead and pull out the model. Alright, this thing is absolutely beautiful. You guys know, as my channel's been developing and I've been getting into different things, mainly like the premium import diecast, partially influenced by Mr. Heavy Metal 164, partially influenced by our old pal Lamar Fashion. Shout out to you, bud. I know you probably don't watch any of these diecast videos anymore, but shout out to you anyway, because you kind of really started my interest in it. And these cars are just fantastic. So this thing is absolutely gorgeous. It is true 1/64 scale. It is all metal construction, metal base, metal body, soft rubber tires with tread. It's got suspension. Of course, it's got insert details for the headlamps. It's got very clear glass in the windows. It's got very detailed interior, including that wood grain like steering wheel look, which looks fantastic. I love the wheels on this car. The rims on this car look so fantastic. And it just overall is definitely a stunning 1/64 scale model. So this is the kind of stuff that really gets me going as far as Tomica Limited Vintage is concerned. This casting in particular I really like, and I'm trying to kind of go after every variation of it that I can. And it's just so cool. So suspension. Not that these cars really need suspension, but it just looks so good. So very awesome indeed. So glad to have it. That is really cool. I'm going to go ahead and we'll put that in a display case, and that's where it will live its days until I take it out and take pictures of it, which hopefully will be sometime soon. All right, now next is this Lamborghini Diablo. Sorry for the noise here. I did not expect this cellophane to be that difficult to tear off of this package. This is all part of the experience, right? The struggle to open something. Come on. There we go. Oh, I'm getting it. So Tomica Premium is kind of an interesting thing. They're really nice typically. They're usually a little bit larger than 1/64 scale, I'm finding. Like this one's in 1/62. So it's got the Lamborghini seal of approval there. But yeah, generally they're going to be a little bit larger. The last release that I picked up from this series would have been the Devil Z, which is really cool. And the other thing that's cool about these is they typically do feature a moving part, which right away you can tell that there's going to be a moving part on this. But let's take a look around the car first. We got some pretty good amount of detail in the tail end of it. Some pretty good detail in the front. We've seen this before from this brand in the Ferrari Testarossa and possibly some other vehicles, but it does have pop-up headlamps that are functional. They're little plastic pieces. There is a switch on the bottom. The base is plastic on these, by the way. And these aren't terribly expensive. And for how cool they are, they're not really expensive at all. This one does not have suspension. Some of these models do. Oh, and by the way, the tires are also plastic. It's a really good roller. And it's pretty heavy considering the fact that it doesn't have a metal base. And then we get opening scissor doors. Oh, I almost thought I broke it for a second, but they actually stay up in position. They like snap into position. So, I mean, come on. Is that not really cool? It's the SV version of the Diablo. One of the notable changes on the SV is the way this back piece looks right here, which I think is just another air intake for the motor. I think in the non-SV version, you'd see the motor behind here. So, or no, it just looks like vents in the back. Anyway, not that that matters, but this is a really good looking Lamborghini Diablo. It is available in two colors. It's in this yellow color and a more orangish color. The more orange color, I believe, is like a Japan exclusive. They seem to be releasing these cars always in two colors, and one of them's the harder one to get. And that's a really good looking car. That's a really good looking version of a Lamborghini Diablo, in my opinion. So let me know what you guys think of this scissor door Lambo. I think it's really cool. Some of these Tomica Premiums are just excellent. Not quite as great as Tomica Limited Vintage, of course, and not quite as awesome as Kyosho at sometimes, but still very cool nonetheless. All right, so now let's take a look at a Greenlight. Let's throw a Greenlight in the mix. We haven't shown Greenlight too much in these 10 car Tuesday, in these Diecast Weekly videos, mainly because I kind of save them for 10 car Tuesdays and then do a Greenlight 10 car Tuesday. But I kind of wanted to just get this one open. So here it is. Honda Civic Si, 2011 Honda Civic Si in the Black Bandit. This is Black Bandit Series 10. It's a pretty good roller for a Greenlight. So these do have inserted tail lamps. They have inserted headlamps, which one of them is pretty wonky looking. Not a very good look there. And I don't know. It's glued in there, pretty solid. So I don't think I can even like move it back into the correct position. Still, it checks this tooling off my list. So it's not going to take great pictures on account of this lamp right here. From this side, it will maybe. It's black anyway, so it's going to be tough to take really great pictures of it. But this one also has a plastic base, number 626. So it's a plastic base casting. I don't think this has ever been tooled with a metal base, because I think the majority of these showed up in the Motor World lineup, and that was it. And I think they had kind of a short run. I think there's been maybe 3 other colors besides this Black Bandit one. But yeah, so normally in the Motor World lineup, if I find another one in a non-Black Bandit livery, just a normal color, I'll probably pick it up. So that's an alright casting. It's kind of nice. You Honda fans, let me know what you think of this tooling, of this Greenlight tooling. It's kind of cool. Alright, then we'll take a look at this. This is the Chevy wagon from Muscle Machines, the Jesse Jackson Chevy wagon. These came out according to the copyright date around 2004, 2005. Muscle Machines, of course, does not make vehicles anymore. Comes with this little card. Jesse James, West Coast Choppers, Chevy wagon. It's printed the same on both sides. And here's the car. Pretty cool right off the bat. It's kind of neat. I do like the nice kind of it's kind of a glossy gold color. Almost said satin, but it's not really. West Coast choppers there on the top. I don't like a lot of branding like that on vehicles, so that's why that's why I almost didn't even pick it up. But from the side, just looking at the flames and stuff, it looks really cool. So there, I just dropped the suspension on it. Take a look at the base. That's how it looks. It's not like the Ravel low riders where you can just pull these out and position them. It's actually like you push it down, I think, and it pops back up. It's supposed to, I think. Yeah, maybe it doesn't work all that great. Oh, there we go. So there's it in the up position, which actually gives it kind of a rake. Looks a lot better like that. So that's how it's going to stay. So kind of a neat feature that it does that, I guess. I don't know how well these sold. I don't know how much they were retail either, but it is a fairly detailed thing. It's got not lens inserts, but the front bumper and headlights and stuff are separate pieces, as well as the back bumper is a separate piece. Rolls pretty good. It's a nice looking paint job on it. I don't know. It's cool. I'm going to add it to my kind of oddball brand collection. So that's where that's going. Then next, let's take a look at a couple of Johnny Lightning. We've got this telephone service. This is a James Bond vehicle, I guess. Again, I'm not super familiar with the films, but this thing's pretty cool. Playing Mantis area. Oh, well, actually, that's just when the casting came out. It was 2002. I don't know when this actual van came out, but I know I needed it. I know I needed to check it off my list, and so I'm glad to have finally gotten it. And I got it in a trade, so I didn't have to shell out some money for it. Sometimes these vans can actually go for just too much cash, and that's why I don't have them all yet, because I'm just not willing to pay it. So I kind of just wait until I can get one cheaper in a trade or, something. I don't want to shell out cash for these, especially when they get up to like the price of like buying something like this. They don't ever really get up to something like buying something like this, but I don't know, they can get more expensive than I think they're worth. But that's just my opinion. Of course, you collect what you like and you pay what you want for what you like. It's your life. So pretty cool. Next, we got this. This is a 1951 Hudson Hornet. I did not have this tooling in the collection from Johnny Lightning, so I was glad to pick it up. Very cheap. And here it is. I don't know if you guys noticed or not, but I do say very cheap or picked it up at such a great deal a lot in my videos. And I'm not really trying to brag or anything. Really, I am cheap when it comes to buying diecast. I have to be. There's no way I'd be able to get the stuff I wanted if I were to pay, just go out and pay whatever for whatever. So I wait for good deals. I wait for good deals all the time, and they happen. You just got to be ready for them, I guess, when you see them. So this was, I think I paid like $2 for this, I want to say. That's a good deal on this tooling for $2, I think. It's got rubber tires. It's got a plastic base, but it does, metal body. It's got the opening hood. It doesn't seem to be flawed in any way. It looks just fine as it is. It's a nice looking Johnny Lightning, and it's a tooling I didn't have. So I'm glad to pick it up and add it to the Johnny Lightning horde, which I have a lot of Johnny Lightning. I have a massive amount of Johnny Lightning, almost to the point where I should maybe start paring it down and start getting rid of some. But yeah, I have a hard time letting stuff go too. That's another problem. All right, there's that. And then we get this. This is cool. The 87 Buick Grand National. Now, I will pick up any of these that I find, any of this tooling, especially ones I don't have. Even if I have it, if I see it at a really good price, I'm tempted to pick it up because I know someone else will want it. This is a desirable tooling. It's a desirable casting. And a lot of people like it, and I'm one of those lots of people that enjoy a G-body. So here it is. Guns N' Roses. I've got an appetite for this car, man. So, gold metal flake. The paint looks actually really good. It does have an opening hood. It does got a motor in there. The hood closes nice, which is great. So, uncharacteristic of Johnny Lightning, and I think that's why this was originally a Racing Champions tooling. Is this metal down here? Yeah. Okay, so the base is metal. I thought it was plastic at first. It is metal. The wheels are plastic, though. And they're my least favorite plastic wheels from Johnny Lightning. I don't really enjoy these. These are ones that are made for really racing downhill because they got that just skinny lip on the side of the tire that's closest to the inside side of the tire. So they're really meant for downhill racing. And it probably would be pretty quick downhill, but obviously I'm not going to be doing that with this. But uncharacteristic is what I was trying to say of Johnny Lightning was that the fact that this does have a separate plastic piece for the bumper and grille, and a separate plastic piece for the back bumper as well. And that is a Racing Champions thing. So, and I think so. This is definitely was a tooling that was meant for just the Racing Champions lineup, I'm assuming, and then it was also used in Johnny Lightning, which you will see that quite a bit. You'll see some toolings that have been used in both Racing Champions and Johnny Lightning lineups quite often. But I think this was really meant for Racing Champions. And you can tell that some of the other models were really meant for Johnny Lightning when you check them out. So just that. And then some even vintage American Muscle have shown up in Racing Champions packaging as well. Here, just fix that. One thing you can do, if you wanted to change out these wheels or these hubcaps, you can pop these hubcaps out. They're plastic. They come out, and then you could pop in different ones from a different car if you really wanted to. But I'm going to keep this one obviously stock. But very cool nonetheless. All right, so that's Johnny Lightning. And then let's take a look at some Hot Wheels Zamacs. We're just going to open these up quick. Let's start with this mountain mauler. So here it is. Not a tooling I collect at all, but it's a Zamac, so it's kind of cool. We'll show it here. The back wheels are completely jammed up. Uh-oh. I think this is an error. Oh, wait. See, look at that axle. It's like sticking out of the wheel right there. I think it's fixable, but I think it's bent to the point where this back wheel is completely jammed up. Does not move at all. I'll play with that off camera. And then we got the Custom 69 Volkswagen Squareback. It's pretty nice looking. I like this car. This tooling's kind of neat. These have kind of an interesting look. I think they do. The motor's in the back of these, right? Yeah, it's got to be. So, and that's why these cars don't really have like an air intake in the front, which kind of gives that kind of unique look. So, pretty cool. You see it on Teslas now because they don't have an air intake in the front typically. So they have this kind of like just flush front end, which, you know, kind of looks uncharacteristic of a motor vehicle. Like you see that. That's got an air intake right in the front. Or, you know, it's got the radiator in the front, I should say. So to promote airflow through the front of the vehicle. Most vehicles have it, you know. Even this little guy has it right there. So, yeah. Anyway. That's just a different thing. All right, so here is the 95 Mazda RX-7. That looks pretty awesome, actually, in this Hot Wheels livery. With all these sponsorship badges and stuff on this Zamac finish. I actually like it quite a bit. I don't think the base is on straight. That's not too bad. She's pretty. I like that one. I like it a lot. All right, and then this one here is another Zamac from this year, but not from the same lineup. These are from the, what case are these from? Does that look strange? It looks strange to me. What case code is this? Someone will know. Someone will comment. Here is that Zamac. It's cool tooling. It's a nice looking Zamac. One I had to have, so glad to have it. And then lastly, we'll take a look at this Zamac Matchbox. It looks like a Zamac. Let's check it out. Shelby Cobra. And, yep, that's not painted. So there you go. There's a Zamac Shelby Cobra. Very nice looking. That's actually might be my favorite of the bunch, is the Matchbox. Other than that, I mean, this car's really cool. I dig it. This one does look striking. Something about the blue on the Zamac looks really good, and I think that's why this looks really good to me too. Something about that blue look on that chrome. I don't know. It looks, to me, really good. So, very good. All right, so that's going to be it basically for this week. So thank you guys for hanging on to another long weekly episode. I got a lot more stuff on the way, so next week's episode should be pretty good too. Of course, this one's the highlight for me, is getting this car. And it actually looks like, you know what, this one's got a little bit of a lean to it. When I'm noticing it. It's probably from sitting in the package forever, because it says that suspension. I notice it's not really traveling much on this side, and on this side it is. I wonder if that'll even out from it sitting outside of the package for a while. I don't know how the Tomica Limited vintage suspension works either. I've never obviously taken one apart, so I don't know how this suspension mechanism works in here. And maybe if I had a better understanding of it, I would know how to fix that. I bet you it is, well, I don't know. Still, really glad to have this car. It'll still take really good pictures, and I have to look into that. Base is on straight, so it's not that's not the issue. See, suspension's a little flat on this side. Interesting. So I'll have to check that out and see if I can do something about that. All right, so definitely my favorite two pieces of the week, though, are going to be this and this. Really cool. So Tomica Limited Vintage, you guys, whoever's watching this, put out one of these in Tomica Limited Vintage. It would just be crazy. Do a Countach, too. That'd be awesome. All right, guys, so that's going to be it for the video. Thank you very much for watching. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe. Please comment. Please check out my sponsor, MassCarDisplays.com. Check out their display cases for die-cast cars that fit large castings, such as this one. And you can use the promo code CHAMPION to save you 10% on your entire order. So check that out. They'd also fit this casting, too. This is another big one. So, all right, check those out. Thank you very much. Have a great day.